Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, April 20th, 2023. And here are some of today's trends in the news. And a lot of trends going on and a lot of news. But news you can use, not like the crap that they shove out there in the mainstream media. We're going to start now with the economy. Oh, let's see. NASDAQ closes lower Thursday. Dragged by Tulsa shares, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
It's horse shit. The stocks are going down because of what we've been writing about in the Trends Journal. Interest rates are going up. The more interest rates go up, the weaker the economy and the weaker equity markets. Very simple. And they were weak before, artificially propped up with countless trillions of dollars of cheap money and record low interest rates. Stocks dropped Thursday as Wall Street reacted. Wall Street, fucking gamblers, to mixed bag of corporate earnings. Blah, 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 blah. The NASDAQ was down 0.8%. The Dow lost over 100 points. S&P dropped 0.6%. And what else here? The mounting concern over downward pressure on profit margins hurt Tesla. And other technology platforms showed signs of weakness. Okay, why am I talking about other technology signs? Because they were artificially propped up when those scumbag fucks were the first pricks and all pricks to lock down the country when they told people, stay home. COVID will get you if you come to work. COVID will get you if you come to work. So nobody's going to work. Everybody's Zooming, learning from schools are closed down. The tech stocks are booming. Booming. People ordering online. Shut your fucking restaurant down. I'm the governor. I'll tell you what to do. This is America. Oh, we kill people all over the world to bring freedom and democracy, but fuck you. I'm Gavin Newsom, the arrogant prick. I'm Andy Cuomo, a daddy's boy. Yeah, I'm DeWine, the stupid fucking crackhead from Ohio. I'm Witness Whitmer. Lockdown. The tech industry boomed, and the boom is over. That's why the Silicon Valley Bank, con, you got it? Silicon, con men. They caused this thing. The COVID came to America. It hit the Kirkland, Washington. Where the fuck is Kirkland, Washington? Oh, you mean it hit an old age home? Yeah. And that Dorsey, the freaky guy with the beard. Yeah. That guy canceled his flight to, there he is. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. Look at the shitheads that are telling us what to do. And he tells everybody to stay home, and one after another. The Zuckerberg, the Cook, the Peach Eye, all these little guys with little dicks brought their NASDAQ way up. It's over. It's over. And when they raise interest rates, which 90% of the street is betting on May 3rd, this thing goes down big, it goes down hard. And we'll show you the proof. It's in your Trends Journal. There's no magazine in the world like it. Bought the Wall Street Journal today, $5. $5 for one issue. Toilet paper a record, like $4. Trends Journal, $2.86 a week. Over 160 pages. No ads. Nobody tells us what to do. We're not media whores like the rest. So, many on Wall Street this season are bracing for earnings decline. The general lack of profit forecasts has begun concern among investors. Again, no shit. Higher interest rates rise, the deeper the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the Dow, and the economy go down. The Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index fell more than expected to its lowest level since May 2020. Oh, May 2020, when everything was fucking locked down, and that's what the thing fell to? All right? I've been saying this for months. It takes time for the high interest rates to have their effect. That time is now. And then also, Cleveland Fed President Loretta Mester said that higher interest rates likely loom ahead. Of the S&P 500 companies who reported so far, 19% have missed earnings estimates and 40% have missed sales estimates, according to Earnings Scout. U.S. pension funds braced. Oh, gold. Gold went up today again. It's over 2,000. Gold's been over 2,000 now, goes down a little bit. It's strong. It's going to go down when interest rates go up, but very shortly. For a short period of time, that is. Our forecast is in your trends journal where gold is going to go. And oil prices went down today. How come? Some $2? Because the global economy is slowing down. Supply and demand. U.S. pension fund braced for real estate write-downs. No shit. Can't, boy, I mean, this is out of the Financial Times yesterday. We've only been saying this is going to happen for 3 years. 3 years. We said, and now a top trend of 2023, because this is the one when we said they'll finally recognize it, office building bust. There it is, and now it's happening. Quote, office real estate is probably down about 20% in value, just based on the rise of interest rates, Christopher Arlman said. Our real estate consultants spoke to the board last month and said that they felt that real estate was going to have a negative year or two. Last month, all right? We give you history before it happens. This is news. They won't quote us because they don't like me. Because I don't swallow shit. I don't do what they tell me to do. I put in the facts as we see them. If you don't like it, fine. We don't tell you to believe it. We don't tell you what to do. We give you the reports of what's coming out, and then we give our trends analysis and trend forecasts. So we're not skewing it or screwing you like they are. Insurers back away from commercial property loans. No kidding. Oh, this is from yesterday's Wall Street Journal. Just doing it now. And what happened when all this cheap money flowed into the markets? The bigs got bigger. The bigs got bigger. Merger and acquisition activity in 2021 because all the cheap money and all of those zero interest rate policies. Biggest M&A merger and acquisition in history. And now, lull in deal making crimps earnings at Wall Street banks. That's right. And there's a lot more to this. It's in your magazine. Britain's inflation remains above 10%. Above 10%. You ready for this? Food prices rose by 19.1% during 12 months through March. And compared with a year earlier, energy prices are only up in the UK. It's the FUCK, 40.5%. Thanks to the little scumbags that they call prime ministers that put the sanctions on Russia and fought the COVID war, that destroyed the country. But hey, you got that guy Sunak over there and his old lady making all that dough and all those bets from the inside and outside. That's fine. But hey, for the people of slave land, you go fuck yourself. One shithead after another and one country after another. Liquidity crunch looms as European Central Bank dials back support. This is today's Wall Street Journal. Dials back support. You had fucking negative interest rates for what? 8, 9 years? And you had quantitative easing where you're buying up corporate bonds. And now you're changing the game. Oh, as interest rates are going up. But don't worry. They say everything will be fine. So everything will be fine. Dun, da, da, da. Home prices see largest decline since 2012 as banking crisis hits demand. In Boise, Idaho, they dropped 15.4%, but don't worry, they're up 40%. Again, we don't see a housing crisis. Prices are going to go down, but we're calling an office building bust, but not a real estate bust, minus the wild card. There's always the wild cards, and one of them, of course, is war. U.S. foreclosure filings jumped 22%. Oh, yeah. Everything is fine. The economy's fine. Take it easy, Salenti. Calm down. Do what the fucking banksters want you to do. Oh, yeah. Cover Your Trends Journal by Anthony Frieda back in 2012. Do what the banksters want you to do. Foreclosures, yep. They point out that in January, 24 to 34 metropolitan areas with the highest foreclosure rates had median household income below the nationwide median of about $71,000. $71,000 median household income. That's a family of 4. It ain't median, man. It's median, all right. But you can't live on it. Not with inflation the way it is and the costs of housing. Yep. I mentioned about housing going down. U.S. home prices in March dropped 3.3% annually to a median of $40,528. It cost almost $50,000 to buy a car. And you got a median household income of $71,000. Well, welcome to Slavelandia. But don't worry, the rich are getting rich. Everything's fine with them. So home prices decline. U.S. foreclosures jumped 22%. Sales of previously owned homes declined 2.4%. And again, it's an inside deal. We've been writing about it week after week after week. And one of the great sites to go to, by the way, I really recommend it, is Wall Street on Parade. Pam and Russ Martin. They do a great job. And they've been showing all the inside deals coming from, quote, the officials, the scumbag bureaucrats that know the deals that are going on and how they're betting, and in Congress, and it keeps going on. As fears of banking crisis surged, members of Congress sold bank stocks. Oh, this is the New York Times, not a conspiracy theory. This is from The Hill today. Recession already here for many Americans as buying power, credit, social net shrinks. No kidding. Old news to Trends Journal subscribers, but breaking news for The Hill. And one company after another in media, the media is dead. There is no journalism anymore. The chat GPT is just going to be part of it, but they've been firing everybody and the bigs are shrinking big. Insider to lay off 10% of its staffers, company says. This is today, right? BuzzFeed. Is going to shutter, closing down. The move was part of a broader layoff across BuzzFeed. The company is moving to slash 15% of its workforce, or 180 employees. One after another, it's gone. Journalism is dead. And you know why these places are going down? Trends Journal is going up. We're going up because there is no other magazine in the world that gives you in-depth socioeconomic and geopolitical trend forecasts, and trends analysis. Nowhere. Doesn't exist. All these things do is repeat the same bullshit in different language. And that's why they're going down as we're going up. And again, to subscribe to the Trends Journal, you go to trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com. The grand total of $2.86 a week, a shitty cup of coffee. So, yesterday, officially, RFK Jr. announced that he was running for president. It didn't make the front page of the website of the Cartoon News Network, CNN. But when I Googled it up, RFK Jr. running for president, they did do a story on it. And here's the way it read. Anti-vaccine activist Robert Kennedy Jr. launches 2024 presidential bid. The anti-vaccine activist and environmental lawyer, that's how they do it. Anti-vaccine activist. How about all the other things he stands for? No, we won't talk about those. You know why we won't talk about it? Because we're prostitutes. We're members of the club. We're media whores. We bow down and suck up to Hillary Clinton. We bow down and suck up to Donald Trump. We believe in Biden. Take your side. That's all they are, one side. We could give a fuck. We call it as it is. And I am the first person to call Kennedy a winner. Here are just a few of the clips. For President of the United States, RFK Jr. Put on the ticket RFK Jr. for president. And here's my vision of America. RFK Jr. for President of the United States. For president, RFK Jr. RFK Jr. for president. Me, it's RFK Jr. and Napolitano. For president, RFK Jr. All right, this is going back from December 19th up until January. None of the media will tell it, we'll talk about this. I'm a trend forecaster. And by the way, that would be, to make it clear, I support RFK Jr. as well, because this is the headline in the New York Times today, page A16, buried. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. makes his White House run official, announcing his long shot bid to challenge President Biden. All right? Hey, fuckface, that's total propaganda. Who the fuck are you to say it's a long shot bid? Who the fuck are you? You're supposed to be a reporter. This isn't reporting. Give that as an editorial. You don't call that news. Hey, but you're the toilet paper record. It's only good to wipe the shit out of your ass with. You ready? Mr. Kennedy, a California resident, traveled to Boston, once the citadel of his family's power, to declare that he would challenge President Biden for the Democratic nomination in a long shot bid for the White House. They repeat it twice. His long shot bid, 2 paragraphs later, his long shot bid. Then you go to antiwar.com and see how they write it. RFK Jr. launches presidential bid, vows to unwind U.S. empire. He said Ukraine was being treated as a pawn between 2 great powers. Oh, we say that too. Kennedy called for scaling down the U.S. military presence around the globe. Quote, I'm going to bring the troops home. I'm going to close the bases. I'm going to start investing in the U.S. middle class. I guess he supports Occupy Peace because that's one of the foundations of Occupy Peace. Close the bases overseas, secure the homeland. Oh, and if you want to go to war, let the people vote. He goes on to say, we will bring the troops home. We will stop racking up unpayable debt to fight one war after another, his website has on it. The military will return to its proper role of defending the homeland. This is exactly the words from Occupy Peace. OccupyPeace.com. All right? I started this in 2015. It's right there. Kennedy is starting the race with the support of 14% of the voters who backed President Biden, according to USA Today, Suffolk University poll, and says that 67% of the people who voted for Biden plan to support him against his current Democratic challenges. So Biden has 67%. Biden's nothing. The Trends Journal was the first to call Donald Trump a winner in the May issue of 2016, when it was a quarterly. And talking about the Ukraine war, good news, all the workers of Slavelandia, the plantation workers, U.S. announces $325 million arm package for Ukraine. NATO sends Patriot missile defense systems to Ukraine. It's Orwellian to call these things Patriot missiles. And the guy that's the defense minister of Ukraine, he says, you ready? Today, our beautiful Ukrainian sky becomes more secure because the Patriot air defense systems have arrived in Ukraine. Our beautiful Ukrainian sky, what, fucking blowing up shit in the air? But this is the propaganda they put out. Do you know how to visualize a dream? He continued. I told our partners we need patriots. What a dream, huh? How about a fucking nightmare? Oh, I got a lot more here. A lot more. Here's one. More kids get weight loss surgery. More children are getting stomach surgery to help them lose weight. The most drastic of measures doctors are recommending to confront rising obesity rates. Hey, how about doctors recommending them to stop eating shit? And how about all you parents that have children? Why don't you, mom and dad, cook for them and give them fine food rather than giving them fast food, highly ultra-processed crap? No, Salenti. That's misinformation. You know why? Weight loss isn't simply a matter of willpower, researchers said. Decades of researchers have shown that people who lose large amounts of weight through diet and exercise tend to gain them back. Hey, fuckface researchers, if they lost weight doing exercises and eating well, the only reason they put it back on is because they don't have the initiative or concern to keep it going. All right? You look at the photos of my generation. Go to Woodstock. Go to the Woodstock photos. They break their shirts off and stuff. So too do those ladies. Yeah. Woo! Yep. Not the blob world that we're in now, but this is the hype that they're selling. Natural healing is not allowed. It's prohibited. Not a word about it during the COVID war, and not a word about it now. So, one of the first books I worked on, Natural Healing, back in the 1980s, Dr. Jack Saltinoff was the doctor. So I know a little thing or two about it and have an honorary doctorate from the National University of Health Sciences. But you're not allowed to talk about it. And that's why I'm banned in the mainstream media. And that's why you need to hit that subscribe button and send other people to this channel. Because what we're giving you, you're not getting anywhere else. You're getting bits and pieces of things, but not trends analysis and trend forecasts. So, and don't forget, Tune in that video I did yesterday with Judge Napolitano. That's the guy I would love to see as vice president. Kennedy and Napolitano. Yep. Oh, and remember, May 27th, right up here in Kingston, New York, another Peace and Freedom rally. That's right. So try to make it. We're going to start at 1 o'clock. Gary Null, Judge Napolitano, Frank Morano. Who else? Oh, John Whitehead and others. Big event. We need you there for support because united we stand, divided we die. See you soon. For President of the United States, RFK Jr.
The Trends Journal, the best investment you could make, because it's the best investment into your mind and it can change how you look at the world.
Over the last 30 years, Joe Salante has been more accurate about predicting what would be happening than anyone else I'm aware of.
The Trends Journal is one of the greatest sources of information, and and it really is. You're predicting these things well ahead of time. I would encourage everyone to go grab the latest copy.
Been a Trends Journal subscriber for 20 years. I just have to commend you. What you guys have put together in your latest Trends Journal, there's nothing like this out there.
Sir, everything that you predicted about the economy, you were absolutely right. So I have followed you all this time. So please take a look at the Trends Journal.
You correctly forecast that the Fed would hike rates quite aggressively, correctly said that initially gold and silver would drop as the Fed starts to raise rate to 1.5% and above. When we spoke last, Bitcoin was around 49,000. You said you expect to drop, and if it drops below 30, 35, then it could really drop.
Trends Journal, which I would encourage people to go and check out. It's actually a 200-page document, pure data-driven analysis.
Gerald Celente, the top trends forecaster in the world. Gerald, you had an interesting call back in September of last year. You said gold had bottomed, which is exactly what happened. And here we are, and we're above $1,900.
subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happened at trendsjournal.com.